Okay, so I'll go like la 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 la, and then you respond. Okay. La.
La.
Look at the weak ass life. Okay.
Practice of camera.
La 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 la.
That is too high. Go lower.
La 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 la.
La 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 la.
La 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 la.
La 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 la.
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 La. It is, I know. Hi guys, welcome back to Struggling Christians, the channel. It's your host, Ruth. I'm so excited to be here this month. It's the month of April. Welcome to this month. I mean, this month is also really hard for a lot of us because we're all dealing with this whole coronavirus thing. I just pray that God's protection would be upon all of you out there. But make sure you wash your hands and use your hand sanitizer. That is important. And social distancing as well, please. That's paramount. So for this month, we're talking about eternal security, which is really weird that we're talking about this right now that everyone's talking about rapture, the world coming to an end. So now we're here to just talk about eternal security. Once saved, forever saved. Is that true? How true is that? I have an esteemed guest here. He's part of the Struggling Christians Mastermind group. So he's a very special one. So please, I'll allow him to do the honors of introducing himself.
Hi guys, my name is James Gabriel. I usually do not tell people by their precious because they think it's feminine. So I'm a mechanic, and it's nice to be here.
Thank you, Precious, for being on here. I hope that we learn a lot from you today. Okay, so we're just going to dive into the topic today, eternal security. This is basically the idea that once saved, forever saved. Like once someone becomes a child of God or, becomes a born-again Christian, they are saved from hell and they can never lose their salvation. So I believe that there are two schools of thoughts here under this whole idea. The first one is, I'll use Bible references, which is Ephesians 2:8-9, which says that saving is all his idea and all we do is trust him to let him do it, and that it was God's gift from start to finish. And so the question here is, if you were saved by faith and not by works, how can your works, which is your actions in line now, make you unsaved? So that's the first school of thought. So the first school of thought is basically saying that once you get salvation, you have salvation forever. Well, the second school of thought is more in James 5:19-20, which says that if you wander from the truth, someone brings you back. Whosoever that brings you back has saved your soul from death. So this insinuates that it's possible for someone that was in Christ to wander away and from someone else to save that person and bring them back. I believe that Paul was a big advocate of this school of thought as well. You can see in 2 Peter 3:17 where he says, be careful lest you fall. Also, there's that part in Romans that says, shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? So this school of thought is basically saying that it's possible for you to give your life to Christ and be a Christian, and then it's also possible for you to wander away and die or go to hell, basically. Mm-hmm. So my question to you today, one big question that just captures all of it. What school of thought do you follow and why?
Okay, first of all, I think the first passage you cited,
okay,
the first school of thought,
Ephesians 2:8-9.
I think, was it the Message translation?
It might have been my own interpretation.
Because they usually tend to live up to the truth and just put plain English.
Okay.
So diving into the question, I believe in the second school of thought.
Okay.
That says you can lose your salvation. Okay, why I think so is this. There's a part in the Bible where Paul says he keeps himself in check so that having preached to people, he does not at the end of the day fall into sin and lose his position.
Okay.
Now, it seems fair that considering God is a God of love, he would not let you be saved and then let you go to hell. even after having believed in Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Because John 3:16 just says one side. It says, if you believe in Jesus Christ, you will make heaven.
Yeah.
There's no clause to that. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
But then at the end of the day, it's only logical for you to know that your salvation is as a result of your belief.
Mm-hmm.
But then, why are you called a Christian? What is a Christian in the first place? A Christian means someone that is Christ-like, right?
Yeah.
How can you be a Christian and still live in sin? That is why Paul said, shall we continue in sin that grace may abound?
Grace may abound.
He knows it is impossible for you to be a Christian and live in sin. That is the third school of thought. The third school of thought says, if you are a Christian and you still live in sin, you should question your salvation. We are not saved in the first place. That it is impossible for you to be saved, truly saved, and still continue in sin.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I say I'm saved, and then I live my life like someone that is not saved, I realize these things I do are sins, but still I say go ahead to do it. And as a result of my action, other people also follow in my footsteps and do the wrong things.
I fall into sin as
How
well.
would it feel on Judgment Day and God says I'm going to heaven, and someone that actually followed in my footsteps, that did every single thing I did, is going to hell? It doesn't seem fair, right? So I believe it is impossible for you to continue in sin even after being saved and still make heaven.
Okay. Right. Thank you very much for that. The only thing I would like to add into that is, the whole idea of this platform is struggling Christian.
Okay.
So which means that we are all growing and we are all learning. So you saying that it is impossible for you to sin
Live in sin, not sin.
live in sin, not sin. Okay, so there's a difference. Living in sin
And sinning.
and sinning. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. You need to clear that up.
Okay. You know the popular phrase, nobody's perfect, right?
Yes.
It's actually true.
Okay.
At the end of the day, we fall. We do things we are not meant to do.
Yeah.
But then what makes us different from someone who consciously does these things is because we feel remorseful, and then we go back to God and say, I am sorry I did this. I do not want to do this.
Okay.
But as long as I remain in this flesh, I am bound to be tempted to do this. Give me the strength and the power to not do this.
Great.
And then you feel bad for doing the bad things you do.
Yeah.
But you try to do the good things. But
Yeah,
it's
so you're
not as a result of
intentional
you trying.
about
Is you relying on the Holy Spirit to help you out.
help you.
Now,
Okay.
habits you've built like over the years, like let's say stealing, for instance, you've been stealing since you were a kid till now. You can't just wake up one day and the urge to steal is not there. You can't actually. That's when it's a miracle. Like, you hear some people say they've been smoking all their life, and then they wake up one morning, they don't like cigarettes anymore. That's a miracle. But then there's also another way where the Holy Spirit takes you through a journey. Where you
Yeah.
have to constantly fight this. You have
Yeah.
to show that you really want to stop doing this.
Yeah.
He knows you might fall tomorrow, but he wants you to constant. So at the end of the day, you know that you've taken this journey to drop this habit. Now,
Yeah.
as humans, we have habits that are not good.
Yeah.
But if we constantly rely on the Holy Spirit, eventually we will drop all these habits.
All the habits. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's the
I
difference between
sinning and living in sin. That's
living in sin is a conscious decision.
Yeah, thank you so much for clearing that up. I want to also say that I believe in the second school of thoughts, also because although we are saved and justified by grace and by faith, and it's not by work, I still also believe that it's not possible for you to consciously, intentionally be living in sin. As a matter of fact, there was someone I met like a few years back, and she was telling me how this person in her fellowship group would consciously initiate, like, all this. I mean, she's a Christian, and then she doesn't want to do some things, but this person will consciously initiate it and tell her, let's do it. And then he will say to her, don't worry, the grace of God will cover it. And I told her, my dear, that's the devil. he himself is the devil, because I could not just fathom how you can call yourself a Christian and still make that conscious decision, and at the back of your mind tell yourself that God will forgive you, that it's okay. Nah, I feel like that's really far from whatever that it is. It's far, like you are going far. You are completely out of the canopy at this point in my head. And also, if we see 1 Corinthians 15:1-2, it says, I remind you of the gospel by which you are being saved, if you hold on fast to the word. So there's, it's saying the gospel saved you. However, you remain saved if you hold on to the word. So there's that. People always forget that conjunction there, that if there. So it's a condition. You actually have to be intentional about your relationship with God, about being in Christ, about living a Christ-like life. So, yeah, I'm totally on board with your school of thought. Thank you so much for joining us, for sharing this with us. So, eternal security. I hope that you guys have learned a lot. I mean, what school of thought do you follow? Why do you follow that school of thoughts? I mean, me and Precious are on the same side. Otherwise, you would have heard more on the other school of thoughts. But just make sure you put down in the comment what you think, what you follow, why you follow that school of thoughts. And join us next month as we dig into other topics. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.